All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of This About That. This is episode 20. Big 2-0. I'm excited to be here. We got a guest on, Sean McClem, and he is joining us here. And we got a few little kind of some costumes on right now. Me and Sean are Mr. Bass and Josh from Josh Chronicles, New York City.
Yeah, New York.
Yeah, and I didn't know they were doing this, so I'm backwards hat guy.
He's me.
Yeah.
No,
He's
put on the beanie. Put on the beanie.
Put on the beanie. Put on the beanie.
Now
there it is. Now he's
Cody,
me. Now he's me. Heck yeah. We got a bunch of awesome topics to cover, and we're just gonna come right out and do a little NFL recap, Niner recap specifically for me. The Niners won 30-24 over the Dallas Cowboys yesterday.
didn't feel like
It was an interesting game to say the least. Purdy went 18 for 26 with 260 yards and a touchdown. He played pretty decent. On the other side of the ball, the DBs and the secondary was really hard to watch at times. CD Lamb absolutely cooked our defensive backs.
I don't know how he was that wide open on that.
He was wide open on both touchdowns that he scored. Wide open. He had 13 receptions, 146 yards, and 2 TDs. It's just absolutely just horrible. Horrible. With that being said, we got the win. Yet again, Dak Prescott is ass. I've been saying this for years. The more money and the more responsibility you give him, the more he chokes. To all you Dallas Cowboy fans, good luck, because he is not.
I didn't understand the decision making on their last drive. Like he had 4 chances to get 10 yards and threw deep bombs every single time. I was like, you only needed 10.
Yeah, dude, it's literally
going, dink and dunk them down the field like you did on the last drive, and you just go out there and you're going to just try to chuck it deep to any receiver you can find. Like, that didn't make any sense. Granted, Tolbert should have caught that pass.
Yeah, that is
We'll
true.
tell a different story today if he catches that pass, but he didn't. And that's like the game you play. You got good decent receivers on that team who can run good routes, and I just don't understand the
decision making. I think when more responsibility is on his shoulders and it comes down to clutch drives, he doesn't have it in him. I don't really know what the franchise and the organization as a whole sees in Dak Prescott. I've been saying this for years. Other than the rookies and the 2 years, he is the worst starting quarterback, in my opinion, in the NFL. I know Stewie and some other people were in disagreement with me, which I understand.
The worst in the NFL, though, Cody?
Yes.
Gardner Minshew starting for the Raiders right now.
Yeah, I'm not okay. Let me rephrase.
I think he's the worst.
I think he's the worst franchise quarterback right now in the NFL. Right. I keep saying the worst, and it's just because I hate the Cowboys. I remember talking with Stewie, and he's like, he's not the worst. I was just like, yeah, you're right. I'm just letting my emotions get the best of me because I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys. But as far as franchise and the amount of money he's making, he's horrible. He is just horrible. It's just unbelievable. A few other things to highlight. Garendo, one of our running backs, had a pretty damn good game. He's been kind of our 2 or 3 running back on the roster, and he's been getting a lot more carries due to McCaffrey being out. He had 14 attempts, 85 yards, and a touchdown, and he had some pretty long runs. I think his longest was like 20 yards. He had like back-to-back really good runs. He's playing really well for us. George Kittle had a career game yesterday. I haven't seen that man play like that in a long time, and it was really refreshing. 6 receptions, 128 yards, and a TD, and his longest being 43 yards. I mean, he played like, prime Kittle, like prime time Kittle, like, go every time he gets first down. Just love when he does that. He gets up and he really, really showed out for us yesterday. And then Ricky Parcell, I know he's not really getting that much playing time, but he did have a reception yesterday, which was nice to see him getting back on the field. Huh?
Bullet to the chest will do that to you.
Yep. That is 100% sure. And he had a one reception, 39 yards. not a highlighted day, but I wanted to kind of just put his name in there because of what he's been through, and I think he's going to be a really good player for the 49ers here. Hopefully in the near future. I think he's got a lot to learn and a lot to overcome, but I'm liking him so far. And then kind of switching from the Niners, I don't know if you wanted to go into the Raiders a little bit, Tyler, and talk about.
It's the same, as they say in that one meme, same shit, different day. And that's just what it is being a Raider fan right now. It's just the same shit, different day. It's embarrassing, borderline disgraceful. I still hate Patrick Mahomes and that little, he does this little thing with his hand all day. I just want to punch him. He's got one of those faces. I want to line up him, his wife, and his 2 little small children and punch them all in the face at the same time. And then I'll go for Travis and Taylor. But either way, it was terrible. I hated every second of it. They had chances to upset the Chiefs. They'd got an interception, ran it back to their 2-yard line, and Luke Getsy's too much of a fat idiot eating fucking donuts in the box to call anything remotely resembling a good play and just shit away the opportunity. 2-yard line and you can't get 2 yards? Ran it up the middle 3 times, got stuffed every time. And then you go and try to do this dumbass bootleg or whatever the fuck they were planning on doing. Didn't work because Gardner Minshew got himself sacked in 2 fucking seconds. I digress. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. Point made.
One thing that I saw, which was hilarious, was the ending of the what's her name? Commanders, whatever the fuck.
Oh, that was the next talking point.
Okay.
Yes.
If you guys haven't seen the video of I'm sure everyone has at this point, but who do you guys know who that defender was?
No, I know still he's number 29, but he looked like a fucking idiot.
Talking to the fans. Celebrating.
And then you see his hand was the one that knocked.
He was the one that knocked it to the fucking guy. I was just like, that is the most embarrassing thing. That's the type of stuff that a coach would be like, "You're cut, bud. You're gone. It's the NFL. Don't be joking around out there." I don't know how. I don't know how he would. He does that. Imagine being in the locker room and everybody just slowly. They're glaring at him. They're looking at him. They're like, "Dude,
there was a dude who works for Barstool, and he was like, I'll never apologize for a win. I'll never apologize for a win." With 20 seconds left, and Big Cat's like, "We still have to win." He was like, "I'll never apologize for a win." And it happened. He got up, grabbed his things, and then left and deleted his Instagram. He might be fired.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's crazy.
So the other thing, I just saw this come up on Twitter. After this game, let's say settle down nominee for Dork of the Year is going to Charlie Kirk. He's nominated at the Settle Down Awards. I think he's going to win it because after this happened, politics aside, he's still a dork. Okay. This is not political at all, whatever you guys think. Charlie Kirk, this is an actual video on his YouTube right now. The Bears celebrate early. A chilling warning to conservative Americans. You dork.
He writes the jokes himself.
Yeah, he really does.
And he looks at that and he's like, "Man, I cooked." And then puts that on Twitter or wherever it said, "Man, this is going to do some numbers." You know what did numbers? You putting earplugs in at a Oregon versus Ohio State game. That did numbers.
He probably posted that. And in that video, I guarantee at some point he says, "This is exactly what we did against Biden, guys. We can't celebrate early. Look at this guy. His hands are up. He's celebrating. It's too early." Yep. And then look at it. Look at him go. He's the very person who tipped the ball. Isn't that ironic?
I watched the video. I watched the video, and I guess he does this a lot, where it's almost like he relates stories in the news to current events. So he's relating that to thing, which is just, again, politics aside, we're not getting political here. This is not about who we're voting for, whatnot. This is just dork behavior. Tim Wall. Okay, we can go back to the other side. Tim Wall's playing Madden. Dork as well. He's He's up there as well. Dork playing Madden on Sunday.
Tim Walls did that.
Yeah, you didn't see that yesterday during the height. It was 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Height of are they playing at that point? Yeah, it's the 2 p.m. games are starting for us. He did a stream with AOC playing Madden and talking politics, which is one way you're not going to get votes, buddy. That way, just talking politics and playing Madden. So 2 dorks on both sides.
It would have been a lot worse if the Vikings were playing at the same time. Luckily for him, they were playing on Thursday.
Yeah, that would have been a complete dorkism. But yeah, I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels.
What a throw.
I mean, the kid's playing well. I mean, he is playing so phenomenal, dude. And I really liked watching him at LSU. I know I've said this on previous episodes and other segments, but man, I mean, he was so. It's like people forget he won the Heisman last year. I think he might be one of the most forgettable Heisman candidates of all time.
Yeah.
Like they don't know. They didn't know. He got there's so many other players that got so much more hype than him, and he won Heisman. I feel like it was just
like commercials yet where he's like crashing into the Heisman house or whatever. But
true.
I was a big fan of Jaden Daniels coming out of college. I mean, you remember Cody? I was talking about him.
Yeah, he just lit it up at LSU.
When I wasn't talking about JJ McCarthy, I was talking about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, and Jaden Daniels. I mean, like the one thing that I was like, okay, he's got to be careful of is just learning to slide and get out of contact because he took some shots at LSU. Yeah. I remember seeing, but I don't know. I feel like he's one of those players. Like I said, like I wouldn't say he's completely forgotten, but like. I don't know. I have this feeling like he just hasn't been as notable or gotten the attention that other Heisman winners or even people like were in his class that got drafted. And here he is, and he won 18. He won 18-15, 21 for 38, 326 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's a pretty damn good day in my book.
Yeah,
could have completed a few more passes. We'll see. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad he's getting the recognition he deserves. And I think he's going to skyrocket. I mean, I think he's going to be probably the best rookie quarterback in the NFL at the end of the season. So, I mean, Bo Nix is not playing bad either. The Denver Broncos are now 5-2, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure.
Great too.
Huh?
He's been great too. I wish I had him in fantasy right now in one of my leagues. Cody, you might be eating some spicy wings this year. I'm sorry, brother.
Oh yeah, it's okay, buddy. I knew what I signed up for.
So even though you don't know, our other friend group, not related, settled down. We have a league for fantasy, and every year we have to do the punishment. So I hate punishments in fantasy football. I think they're just ridiculous if they're outside of the normal means, right? Like, oh, you have to put this license plate cover on your car for a year. Ha ha ha! Like, good gag. They wanted a couple years ago. They were like, "Oh, we're going to lock you in a dog cage and throw eggs at you." I was like, "I'm out." Like, we're not doing this.
Lock you in a dog cage and throw fucking eggs at you.
Wasn't one of them like make a mixtape? Like you had to record like a whole album?
Yeah, that was.
I mean,
I think that one was an easy one. I think Stewie.
Yeah, I think that one wasn't that bad. Like, just record your songs and move on. Nobody and like the concern for me on that one was like, I don't need this getting posted on the internet, and it was kind of just agreement like. Okay, like we all laugh about this and share them around the group chat, whatever. Just don't post them online. I didn't think that one was that bad. Yeah. I wouldn't have wanted to do it. But
I just mean like all the stuff, all the hoops you have to jump through to record the song. Because there's a lot of hoops. I mean, you could do GarageBand, I guess, but
I was just getting tired of this, so I hatched up a plan with Cody. He wanted to be in the league, but we didn't have any spots. I was like, "Hey, Cody, I'll pay for the league every single year. If we come in first place, I'll split it with you. If we come in last, you have to do the punishment." And that's kind of the.
I think that's a good deal, dude. I'm not. Yeah. It's spicy wing. It's the Buffalo. Buffalo Wings Challenge. The whatever.
Yeah,
is it the Diablo or the
whatever it is? The hottest.
It's something. One. Yeah, the hottest wing they got. Yeah. But yeah, I agreed to do that. I was like, it'll spice things up a bit. I think it'll be kind of funny. A guy that pays no attention to the team at all. And it's just there in case we lose. So I just kind of get surprised at each.
And if we win, he gets a bunch of money. So will I ever win the league? I don't know. Will I come in last again? Probably not. So.
Win for us. But moving on from NFL talk, we're gonna get a little bit into some college football recap and some talks around that. Mostly I want to talk about the Boise State game. They just had a thriller win on Friday night, I believe, this last Friday night. 29-24 win against UNLV. I mean, it came down to the wire on that game. Came down to the fourth quarter. We played pretty decent considering that UNLV was a team that was just on the cusp of the top 25. They are 25 right now, as of I believe this week. Even though they lost, at least that's what I saw. I don't know if I'm right on, or was that when we played them?
Missouri.
Was UNLV 25 when we played them?
They're like 26.
Because I looked it up and it said like 25, like next to their number or next to their team name. So I was a little confused. I thought
they ever pay their quarterback, or is he just done?
No, he's out.
Yeah, they have another guy there, pretty mobile guy. I mean, he ran all over our defense, and I mean, UNLV played good. Maddox Madsen had an okay night, 18 for 33, 209 yards, a touchdown, and 0 interceptions, which I always like to see.
Yep.
Like I said before, he's one of those guys that's just not going to be like a super big like game changer, impact player. But I mean, he's just kind of he played well. He played well. I wouldn't say that he was. I don't know. 18 for 33 is kind of a little shaky, but. And I think there could have been more TDs thrown considering the defense that they were showing us to stop Ashton Jeanty. But I like the 0 interceptions. I think Maddox is playing more consistent each week. I still think he's a little bit far from that breakout game, but I would like to see it from him. I really do.
And just to talk about this game too, I wasn't able to watch it. I was up in Tahoe, but I will say I've seen some stuff on Instagram. People saying that Ashton Jeanty does not deserve the Heisman now because of that game is just beyond me. And I'm going to read this real quick because I looked it up because I thought it was just silly. 33 carries for 128 yards. That's an average of that's an average of 4 yards. So if you run 3 times with him, it's a first down. And the defense was stacking the box every single play,
the entire game,
and they were just like when there's a team completely selling out to stop the run, saying, "Hey, we're not going to let this one guy beat us."
No, and they literally played that the entire game. Yeah.
That should just paint the picture for you right there. And then the other argument, just to go back a week, that Travis Hunter's dumbass is making. And again, I'm not even a Boise fan. All right, I'm a Michigan fan. I'm suffering this year, but this is all just silly. Travis Hunter goes, "Oh, well, if I had 30 touches a game, do you know how, maybe if I shit fucking ice cream, I'd be eating it every night. Okay? You're a fucking wide receiver and a defensive back. You don't get 30 touches a game. And even if you did, your little ass would get fucking hospitalized in a minute."
You would. And honestly, what's funny about that, Ashton Jeanty has, maybe not after this week, but prior to this week, it still could be a fact, but Ashton Jeanty has more yards after contact than Travis Hunter has receiving yards. So you know what? That stat right there just tells me that he's a little punk bitch and his little confident, cocky ass. I'm going to read you his post he posted this morning on Instagram from Travis Hunter. It's a photo of him, and it says, "I'm making records, not chasing them. Clear shot at someone who's chasing an all-time record that is the best running back in college football of all time, Barry Sanders." You're not chasing records, but I don't know what kind of records he's making. Yes, he's playing both sides of the ball. Cool. Sick.
He's the kind of
you got a lot of cardio.
When the NFL posts those stats, like Patrick Mahomes is the first quarterback to ever throw a touchdown with the weather being under 36 degrees in New York. Those are the kind of records he's claiming that he's making. Yeah, you are making these records because you're the only player in recent memory that's played both sides as much as you do, right? And if you look at all these records he's breaking, it says in the CF college football playoff era. It's not like they're not going back to look at everything. They're looking at the last 20 years. I don't even know how long the college football playoff has been the way it is, but it's just like that. Those are the kind of records that he's claiming that he's making, is first player to ever play 40 snaps on both sides of the ball. Awesome. They went to overtime.
Yeah. Well, also, so Travis Hunter was it last week or whatever week it was where he had what was it, 7 yards, 17 yards, 2 receptions or some shit like that. People are like, oh, he didn't play the second half because they were beating Arizona or whatever. But when Ashton Jeanty plays one half, he has 200 fucking rushing yards. So I don't know why people are making the halftime excuse thing when it's like, dude, Ashton doesn't play at the half and still has well over 100 yards. I thought, back to that game, he played unbelievable. He had a huge touchdown when it mattered. People are going to look at that and say, oh, it was a 1 yard touchdown, but I want to say it was like 4th and goal on the 1 yard line, and it was crunch time, and he fucking got it. And that's, you got to watch the game to know that. And he had a huge run to get him on that 1 yard line as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So honestly, just all y'all haters, shut the fuck up.
It's just getting to the point where it's just like people just don't know they don't know ball. Nope. And it's like, oh, he had an off game. I was just like 128 yards, a touchdown, another touchdown called back because of holding. I think people tend to forget he scored on that one, even though it was holding. And like Tyler said, they stacked the box the entire time. 4 down linemen, and they rushed all their line. As soon as they saw him in the backfield, those linebackers know, okay, we're playing gaps now, and we're shooting the gaps. Yeah. And he still had a game that most running backs in college football don't ever see. Yeah. Still, like most guys don't get 128 yards and a TD, and overall 140 because he had like a few receiving, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't make any sense. And then and then the people are like with the whole, oh, he plays both sides of the ball, and that's the argument. I was just like, but he's not putting up the stats on both sides of the ball week in, week out for you guys to claim that he's doing such a big thing for being a guy that can play both sides. It doesn't make any sense.
If Ashton Jeanty didn't exist, sure, give it to Travis Hunter. He's a great player. He's number 2 in the country, and I believe that. He's a great player.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player, but you can't deny, and all the, I'm not even going to get into the competition bullshit because Colorado does not play jack shit. They played 1 ranked team. 2, actually, 1 was Nebraska. They're not ranked anymore because they fucking suck chunks with fucking fake Patrick Mahomes. The other one was Kansas State, and he was a...
Colorado didn't beat Nebraska.
No, they lost. Sorry, I meant that they played 2 ranked. They've played 2 ranked teams. One of them being Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska fucking blows chunks and lost to them. Kansas State lost to them as well. So,
and just to confirm, you guys went down to the wire with the number 1 ranked school in the country right now, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and the only reason why we lost that game is because of special teams. I'll tell people right now, we would have won by probably a touchdown or 2 if our special teams didn't screw up. Because I think our defense
there was a point where you guys probably should have ran the rock 3 times and you passed 3 times, which is kind of crazy.
Yes, there probably was. I can guarantee you there was times where we were like 3rd down, we're passing it. We're like, give the rock to Ashton, but
he was averaging like 10 yards that game per carry. It was like, just give it to him 3 times. He's gonna break 1.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, even he had 33 carries last game, and people are shitting on him for that. But our 2nd string running back, Dubar, and our 3rd string, Sire Gaines, are both injured and not able to play. And we've got T. Crow and Dylan Riley, who's a freshman that they're waiting for, probably to save that some of those games for his redshirt eligibility. But it's like when he's our only running back, so like I don't know how many times do you think a team runs the ball during the game? Probably 30 times, but you hand it off to the 2nd string every once in a while. But guess what? We don't fucking have a 2nd string. So
yeah, and that could get rough, but hoping for a speedy recovery for those guys so we can get a little bit more depth on us. But yeah, I mean, I think Boise State, I think Ashton Jeanty needs to have the game of his career the next 3 games because no matter what he does, there's always going to be the writers and everybody else saying, oh man, he had an off game, but he still had 130 yards on the ground and a touchdown. So it's like, unless he is going for 200 yards or close to 200 yards on the ground, people won't shut up. They won't.
I would love nothing more than the next week just come out and like run for 400 yards in the game and just be like, now what? Like,
we play this weekend, so I think it's going to be.
The San Diego State running back had some words for Ashton Jeanty saying that he is the best running back in the conference. So we're going to see who that really is next week or this Friday. It's just like,
I don't know why people
cocky motherfuckers. Like Ashton is a very, very humble guy, and we're like, if anything, we're being cocky for him because he's such a humble guy. But he doesn't. I mean, he even blew off the whole Travis Hunter thing. He's like, he's not talking shit. Like, let him do his thing. But I'm the best running back in the country. Like, just what it is. So.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But I love Ashton Jeanty. I think that he's a class act, and I think he deserves that Heisman. Going into a little bit more of.
Why don't you tip your hat to him? Why don't you tip your hat to him?
So tight it barely comes off. But going into a little bit more of some college football talk, I want to talk about one team that kind of has been catching my eye. The University of Pittsburgh, ranked 19th. They're 7-0, 3-0 in ACC play, and just absolutely mollywopped Syracuse. And not because of the reason that you think. Syracuse's quarterback threw 5 interceptions. 5. And Pitt's quarterback went 11 for 15 for 108 yards and 2 TDs. Their defense literally slaughtered them. And I'm starting to believe that Pittsburgh is going to be that sleeper team that sneaks into the playoffs. If they have a tough schedule coming up, they got to play Louisville and ranked Clemson. But if they can keep going, and it could probably be them in Miami. I mean, look for a little bit of switch up, because everybody's taken Miami, to be that ACC team. And I'm like, I think somewhere along the way, I've been saying this, that Cam Ward and that team's going to fuck up. And I think Pittsburgh might be that team. I mean, the defense, let it alone. I mean, 5 interceptions. I mean, you got to get hats off to their defense, seriously, because that's insane. And they're kind of like Indiana, like me and Sean were talking as well. Indiana's still undefeated in the Big Ten. I mean, another sleeper team, another team that has a phenomenal head coach, a head coach that has started 7-0 also at his other job. He was the head coach at JMU, James Madison, before he got the job at Indiana. And he started out the season undefeated, just like he is here at Indiana. He's proven that he can win. I mean, the Indiana fans are packing that place out. Week 1 versus week now, I mean, it's like, a 10, 15,000 people difference because of, just of the buzz that's going around them. So those are kind of the 2 teams I think people need to look out for. Same as BYU. I know we talked about BYU last week. You weren't on Sean a little bit, but BYU is a scary team right now. And I said a lot of people, you don't want to go into that stadium. What'd you say?
They're frisky and fun.
Oh, yeah.
They're just, they're a good team. Those 3 teams right there, I really think nobody wants to see them.
The crazy part for them is the rest of their season is kind of a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Who? Which one?
BYU. They've got Utah, Kansas, Arizona State, and Houston. Yeah. They're going to smoke all those teams, I think. I think they've got unless something crazy happens and they get upset bad, they're going to just cakewalk right into the playoffs.
I think so too. And I think,
if they lose that Big 12 championship though, they're going to be 5 if they're undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably.
Yeah.
They could be 5, and guess who's going to be number 12 in this college football playoff? And guess who has a fucking pretty big rivalry with BYU, and any given Saturday could very well happen. That's Boise State versus BYU.
That'd be tough, dude. That place is going to be fucking rocking, dude. That BYU State, dude, they get that place packed.
Do you guys travel, to those closer schools or what?
BYU will be. I would debate going. I would be very.
Yeah, I would definitely go to that game for sure.
Because that's a very winnable game for us.
Yeah, and a game that we've had just like Sean just said, just competitiveness like for years. Like it's always been a good game.
It's a hatred.
But this is what I was saying, like this is where this 12-school format is going to be fun because, like, you're seeing a different level of effort out of these
in competitiveness from these schools. I mean, it's you don't see these teams going undefeated.
It just used to be like with the 4 teams, it was like, okay, it's going to be whoever wins the Big Ten. It's going to be whoever wins the ACC or the whoever the fuck. And it's going to be 2 SEC schools, and that's just what it is. And it was like that every single year. Now it's like, well, hold on now a minute. If we just have a good year, we don't have that hard of a schedule this year. We can sneak into this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's way more fun.
It's way more fun. It adds just a lot more competitiveness. Teams that are not normally used to this spotlight. And like I said, the Big Ten with Indiana, I feel like it'd be Indiana and Oregon in that Big Ten championship. And I mean, whoever loses that one and they're a 1-loss team, I mean, they're still probably going to make the playoffs. So
and doesn't format expand again in the future? I thought that I think Diego had said.
I don't think so.
16.
No, they don't have anything moving in. I think it's been talked about, but they don't have it official yet.
Oh,
okay.
16 would make it interesting too. I think that would be kind of crazy.
4 more teams. Yeah.
But
tough. It'd make it somewhat like the playoffs are already pretty long. Season's long as it is. So now you got to add 3 more games on top of it. 4.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. College football, good stuff, man. Still got some games left, and we'll see how that season pans out. But moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about some NHL. Tonight, Connor McDavid suffered a lower body injury in his first shift against the Blue Jackets tonight.
Yeah.
The team has no time frame on his return. Boys, what do you think this? I mean, it's early in the season. You know, the Oilers being the Oilers, and obviously we know that Connor McDavid is a huge impact for them. Do you think he's going to have a speedy recovery? Do you think it's just kind of a 1 to 2 week type of thing? Is it, he's going to be out on the ice next game? What does this mean, and what does this, go for, with the Oilers moving forward? Because that's a key player for them.
Just the way that I see it, and I'll go first because I think Sean's going to have the most knowledge on this. I don't think this is going to be a quick recovery, and I'm kind of curious to hear if there is. I don't think there's been any news that's coming out since what you heard, but I wonder if maybe he might be done for the year. Like the way that they said they have no timeline. Like, if it was a thing where they were like, if they were able to figure out that he'll only be on for a couple weeks, they would have said like, oh yeah, he'll be back and after 5 games or something like that. The fact that they didn't say something like that.
I didn't see any date of return.
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, hopefully it's nothing crazy, but if he has to have surgery on anything like that, he's gone for 5 months. So kind of
wait, I think it really depends on. We'll show the injury right here.
Yeah,
just like what exactly happened. Because like looking when I watched it, I was like, I don't really see. I could see maybe an ankle there going into the boards, but he gets up fine, kind of limping on it. That's where to me I'm just like, I don't.
Maybe an adrenaline thing,
it could have been that too.
It could have worn off.
To me, it looks like his knee hits the boards really hard. If you go back to the beginning, right here, yep, and he just slides in. It looks like his skate.
I think it's an ankle thing because look, skate right there,
and then knee.
That is. Yeah,
and
that one.
That's obviously a tough injury, an ankle or any lower body. Because
it could be ankle. You're right.
I see.
Need your legs skate
more than the way that ankles. Oh God! And like, I don't just the way he gets up again. It could be adrenaline, but I don't know that it's season ending. And it's really tough for us to have an opinion on it because of we don't. It just happened, so we don't know what they're assuming it's going to be.
Yeah.
If he is out for the season, though, that is going to hurt Edmonton.
That's a huge loss for them, especially with their history in the playoffs and not necessarily being able to get it done.
The stories that
having him lost,
if they lost him for the season and they won the Stanley Cup,
wow.
Yeah, that would be crazy, dude. He would crash out. He would crash out worse than he did on the show they aired on. Where they aired it on, like Prime. Yeah, dude, I think that would be devastating.
Good enough, guys.
He's like, this is the finals. He's just losing his mind. But I love the passion. But yeah, like you said, it's too early to kind of assess where he is with that injury, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Because, like we said, I mean, that's just a huge, huge loss for Edmonton moving forward, and it's still early in the season, so plenty of time for him to come back healthy. But we're gonna move on to our last sports topic, and then we got a little bit of a bracket for you. Dodgers up 2-0 in the World Series against the Yankees. Game 3 is right now, and I am curious to see if they ended up winning because. Okay, Dodgers are up 4-0 in the bottom of the 9th. This game looks to be over. I think I said in the beginning, I might have Juan Soto plays for the Yankees, correct?
Oh, The Sharks have just tied it up against the Utah hockey team.
Uh-oh.
They were down 4-1. Tyler Toffoli just scored a goal, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game. Let me back it up and talk about the Sharks for a minute because fuck in Christ. 2 years in a row, the Sharks
let's back it up for a second here.
2 years in a row.
But let's pause this real quick, fellas, because I need to watch this end of this game.
Okay, hold on. Can you pull it up on your, just watch it on your computer? So the Sharks have gone 9 straight losses to open the season, 2 years in a row now, which is a record to be set. I'm just I don't even know how to feel anymore with the Sharks. I mean, frankly, this season is purely for development of Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith than any other rookie. Macklin Celebrini's hurt, so can't really do much there. Don't know when he's coming back. Will Smith is having a tough time, but I'm not super worried. I had a little bit higher expectations for him, but honestly, he's going to be a stud no matter what. So it's just a matter of getting him started. But the Sharks are just, I mean, we aren't much better on paper than we were last year, aside from adding a couple good defensemen and Tyler Toffoli, but it's just still the same old. But they could get their first win here tonight. There's 2 minutes left. Utah took a timeout. Are you watching it right now?
I'm trying to get it
up. Is the Utah Hockey Club going to take
They are spiraling out of control right now for the simple fact of we are so thin on defense right now because we have injuries to John Marino and Sean Dursey. Mm-hmm. So that blue line is just in a tough spot right now, and it's they can get it going on offense.
I want to be the team to lose the 0-9 Sharks, though. That's a tough loss to take.
I know.
It's hockey. It's hockey, though. It's hockey.
Yeah. Mario Ferraro said that he said we're going to get our first, he was in a press conference post game and kept it pretty short and sweet and said he's like, we're going to get our first win in Utah and walked off. So could be coming true, but it's 4-4.
Speaking it to existence.
But
yeah, we'll see.
Anyways,
we'll see about the Sharks. I mean, that's a tough way to open up the season in the past 2 seasons. That's a tough one. But going into the World Series right now, I believe it's still the bottom of the 9th. The Yankees are up the Dodgers are up 4-0 in this game in Game 3, and they're up 2-0 in the series. I think I said in the beginning that I think the Yankees were too much for the Dodgers, and obviously I don't know baseball very well, but just seeing how Juan Soto played in that semi-final matchup. Who did they play again, fellas? The Mets.
They played
Mets.
No, they played
the Guardians.
Yikes! Yeah, the Guardians.
That's how much I know about baseball, folks. The Guardians, and they just come in here, and I mean, dude, the Dodgers have been lighting them up.
Yeah,
Freeman is
fire.
Dude, he is the GOAT, man. That guy is just so good.
Oh,
it's unreal watching him. I mean, he's literally destroying. Did he? Did he not have a very good?
Rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long season. It's kind of like hockey.
He's been hurt too. So
was he?
Had the greatest. He hasn't had the greatest year, but he's now healthy and clearly going the fuck off. So
that helps.
Yeah, it definitely does help.
I'm fully rooting for the Dodgers because I hate the Yankees. But I hate both of these teams right now because I despise MLB teams that just abuse how much money they can spend on their teams.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
And granted, it's not it's the A's own fault, but they just consistently have the largest payroll in the MLB, both of these teams. So I wish neither of them could win, but I hate the Yankees more than anything. Yeah. So last thing I want to hear is about, we won another championship. They're just insufferable. They deserve nothing but pain. All their fans. Really do. So that's my opinion on that.
I think I really don't see the Dodgers letting up anytime soon. I think they're going to take this World Series. I was extremely wrong about my idea of the Yankees being able to. I mean, they just can't do it. They just can't. Simple as that. I think this is going to be a Dodgers World Series, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it's not helpful
for us Bay Area guys.
Aaron Judge is playing like me.
Yeah, I heard
he's playing like Big Justice out there.
He's playing like us at the batting cages.
Yes, he is.
Us at the batting cages making contact with 3 balls.
Yep.
I mean, where's that clutchness? You know,
he had a pretty good hit today, which I think me and the camera guy thought that it was going to be a home run, but I sat up in my chair. But it was a fly out, but it looked like a good ball. But
yeah.
It's baseball. Baseball is, I think the World Series is very, very tough trophy to win. I think Stanley Cup's extremely difficult, but I think the World Series is up there too because, in all honesty, it's not the best team; it's the hottest team.
Sure.
So, right.
Yeah. Definitely. Because I think baseball is one of those things where it's just like any team I think can get hot. You know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come down to just. I mean, obviously the Dodgers have raw talent, so does New York, but it just kind of goes to show with Aaron Judge being the big name that he is. He's not doing much. He's not making. He's not doing what he needs to as the player that he should be. And has been in the past. I feel like he's obviously done a good job with that organization, but I think the Dodgers they just have too much. Yankees got too much dip on the chip, so I think that's a wrap on this World Series in my opinion. Maybe I'll be good luck for the Yankees and they'll come back. But moving on from the sports, we have a tier list or a bracket for you guys. T-Lou, if you want to get into that a little bit, we'll head right into it.
Give me 1 second. There's 10 seconds left in the third. And I just read this here. San Jose has 43 shots.
43? Holy crap.
43.
Damn, 43. Holy shit. Wow.
That's crazy. You're behind
me.
That's
a lot.
About to start. Oh my God, what a goal.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Pull up that bracket.
Yep. Did they just win?
No, it's over. Or
okay,
overtime.
Sorry. I'm locked in now. Okay, here we go. Share.
Imagine losing on a San Jose Sharks comeback. Crazy.
Imagine losing to the
game's not over yet. Over yet.
All right. Here's the bracket for today. So in the theme of Halloween, which is on Thursday, we're gonna do the horror movie characters tier list. And just to clarify, we're not ranking this on who would win in a fight or any of that crap. It's about to me, it's about which one was the scariest and which one was the most influential, I guess.
Iconic.
So I guess we can get it started.
Let's get right into it.
First round, we've got Ghostface against Pennywise.
Ooh.
This is a good matchup.
That's a hot first round right there. That's a good first round. Honestly, I think Ghostface takes this, and I'll tell you why. I think he has more of an impact as far as just a series as a whole. There's a lot more movies, Scream movies, than there are It movies, and they were very popular, back in the day. And I think they just hold a little bit more fame and stardom than the Pennywise, the It movies, and Pennywise. But I think Pennywise just kind of got a bad luck of the draw here, and I'm going with Ghostface.
Yeah, and I'm gonna disagree because I think as iconic as Ghostface is, he's been around for a long time. There's people wearing his costumes every year. And a weird trend with him this year, but we don't need to get into that. But Pennywise, I don't think I've ever seen a horror movie spill out into the streets it has. You know what I'm saying? There's people tying balloons to sewer grates. I know in my neighborhood there was somebody who tied a balloon to our sewer grate. It was just it was a weird thing. People were dressing up as clowns and stuff. It was just insane. So that's why I would go with Pennywise here. But I'll go Sean to be the deciding vote.
I'll be the tiebreaker here. I think Pennywise is a good choice because just based on pure fear, I think Ghostface is classic, he's got all the people that have pretended to be him and twisted ways that they have. And I love the Scream movies. Shout out to Anthony for showing me them. I love the Scream movies. But Pennywise the clown, the thing that scares me is that he taps into people's fears.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, a lot of these. We just won! Oh my God! The Sharks just won. Just won their first hockey game.
Hell yeah!
Get fucked, Tyler. Get fucked. You just lost to the San Jose.
I don't know what you want me to do, man. 45 shots is preposterous. I mean, they need to get somebody on defense immediately.
It is. But the Sharks
5 shots is blasphemy.
Yeah. What's the save percentage on that?
Hang the banner, boys. Hang the banner.
Hang the banner.
Hold on, let me pull up a calc.
Yeah, pull out a calc. Anyways, my vote's Pennywise.
Sure. Yeah, we can go on with him. I also think that it's very cool that he's, as a villain, is able to tap into people's fears and really use that against them. Because man, like he just pops spiders out and I'm screwed. I'm dead. Call me dead on the spot. But I think just Ghostface, just I think the legacy and the history behind those movies and him as a whole, I think it's just an absolute classic.
I think on fear factor and on icon level, I guess I'm gonna go with Pennywise here too. So I think he's gonna move on the next round. But just because at the end of the day, Ghostface is just a dude with a knife. Like I've got a chance. I don't think I have a chance against Pennywise.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
What would be, you know how, like we were saying that he pulls out your fears or whatever the fuck, what would he, Cody, you said yours, he'd be something.
Spiders, dude.
Tyler, what would be yours?
Oh, man. I mean, it wouldn't be hard. It'd probably just be like, he'd probably turn into a swarm of bees or something.
Swarm of bees, okay.
I'm petrified of bees, and I don't know why, but I just am.
Yeah. Mine'd probably be I don't know. Blonde girl with daddy issues or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, oh,
yeah.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Blonde girls with daddy issues, don't call Sean.
Get away from me. Oh no.
Get away from me. Oh no, stop. But yeah, I like the Pennywise move too. I just had to go with my OG.
Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. I think this is the guy from
that's Jack Nichols, I think, right?
Yeah. Or from The Shining.
From The Shining, yeah. Versus a great white shark.
I believe the great white shark is supposed to be Jaws.
Jaws, yep. Yes. Jaws, give me that all day, dude. Just imagine being in the water and just getting eaten alive by a shark, and there's nothing you can do about it. Agreed. Jack Nichols, give me a freaking double barrel, and I'm blowing that guy's face off.
I don't know. Insanity. An insane man is pretty scary. I will say
but the unpredictableness of a wild animal.
I don't know.
Not just any wild animal, but Jaws, the megalodon, coming at you, and you having no idea where he's going to come from and when he's going to strike. At least with Jack Nichols, I feel like you could see it coming. I was just like, those axe swings, those ain't impressing nobody, buddy.
Yeah,
you're getting a double pump right to the face, Fortnite style.
Yeah.
So I'm going with.
He gets cold pretty easily too. So kind
of yeah. I'm going with Jaws on this one.
Same here.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Next one.
Next one up, we've got the gentleman from Saw.
Jigsaw.
Or Freddy Krueger. Now, this is a good matchup as well.
This is a good matchup. I'll start.
Yeah.
I think Saw. See, I don't have too much of a tie to Freddy Krueger. They have not remade it yet, I'm aware of. Have they remade Freddy Krueger yet?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
they really should.
You know what?
Because, like, sometimes I just can't get past the.
No, I don't think they did.
80s horror movies just really don't scare me that much. Because I
I remember when my mom was a kid, she's like, "Oh, that was the scariest movie ever," and I was just like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And she's like, "Oh, everybody was talking about it when those type of movies came out." I was like, "Yeah, I get it," but nowadays it's not like. It's
I will say
cheesy sometimes.
With Freddy Krueger, he's the one that stalks kids in their nightmares, right, or their dreams. See, as a kid, I had a lot of nightmares, and that shit is scary. So that one, it's tough for me. But I feel like Jigsaw is just that whole escape factor thing is just like, I don't know. I wouldn't do well. I'd feel like I'd crack under pressure. Freddy Krueger, I'd just be like, wake up, you know? It's like cyberbullying. Just close the laptop.
Yeah, and just turn off your computer.
Yeah. Delete the app.
You can bullied on the internet.
Just unplug the router, buddy. So I'm gonna go with Jigsaw.
Okay.
I'll go next here. I'm gonna go Jigsaw as well. Just because, like, you don't know what you did wrong really until he tells you. He's like, you went to the grocery store and bought 2 granola bars, but you only paid for 1. Now you've got to saw off your own leg to find the key that I hid inside of your tendons. Like,
yeah, dude, it's pretty fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm also on Jigsaw, dude. That guy's just creepy as hell. The whole setup, the everything is just out of this world.
Yeah, no, he's insane.
I like this one. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, dude. Dude, if you've seen the movie, it's funny as I'm not gonna lie, it's funny as hell. I don't think I would be truly fearful of that clown, but dude, he like went up to get. There's like a scene where he's like this motorcycle club is like outside and they want to fight him, and he just goes like this, and his whole head comes off, and then he's like dancing around and like they're like like freaking out. It's just funny as hell to me. So I think Jason, like in my opinion, just puts the fear in God.
Yeah, he's just too iconic.
The other one, it's like, yeah, he's gonna tear your head off with one punch, but like he doesn't. Like I'm not gonna be like scared of him.
Yeah, no, me too. Easy money. Next one, I don't know who the hell these two are.
Pinhead so and Leprechaun, dude. I've watched all the Leprechaun movies. I think. What is that? His name's Pinhead, or I don't know. I'm butchering it. I think
on here because I've never really been that scared of Pinhead.
Yeah, neither have I. Dude, Leprechaun puts the fear, dude. His moves in all the movies, I'm just like, okay, no way.
I don't think I've seen that.
He just tortures people. Like it's just wild. Some of his kills, like he ended up like, I think like putting some guy through like a moving fan or something, or like or he grew a freaking pot of gold in a guy's belly and then just cut his belly open and took all the fucking gold out of his fucking and just left him there. It's like this brutal, and he's just so little and just moves around, kind of like Anthony. It's just a little scary.
Wild. Okay. Up next, who are those two?
Leatherface.
Oh,
Chucky.
Leatherface all day. Sorry, Chucky. I'm punting that little bitch.
Yeah, I go Leatherface too because that's just terrifying. You're always at his fucking farm. Your car's broken down. You're just trying to get a little hand.
And then all of a sudden he has Sean's face on his face, and I'm like, oh, I'm next.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's wearing Sean's face in a captain hat.
Yeah, the glasses too. We're like, oh fuck.
Damn it, he's gone.
Oh, the next one. That is Candyman.
No,
that's Candyman.
Was that the Candyman?
Yeah, it's Candyman, dude.
Okay,
and I don't know the other one. Is that Alien versus Predator or something?
Like Alien. That's Alien.
I'm going with Candyman, dude.
I'm going with the Xenomorph. The alien character monsters are so scary.
Say his name twice, dude.
Like you put yourself in that situation when you're in outer space and there's nowhere to go, and then you just got to figure out what to do against this alien. But,
that is true. I think I'll flip it to Alien. I just think the Candyman is kind of funny, dude. He like
Candyman.
Say his name 5 times. He gone. He in your bedroom. He gonna get you. But we'll go with Alien on that one. Just out of pure fear.
Me is a no-brainer. We got
Ashton Jeanty.
Predator against Michael Myers.
Yeah, Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah, Michael Myers all day, dude. That's probably one of the scariest ones in my opinion. I mean, just imagine a guy taking 800 shotgun blasts and then getting hit in the head with a fucking club, a sledgehammer, and just coming out victorious, especially in that scene where he takes on all the firefighters after he burned alive and just butchers them all. I'm just like, yep, no, he doesn't go down.
All those townspeople,
or just kills random people because he thinks it's fun. Like the girl on the phone, like getting the phone call about like she's like a blonde lady in her house, and she's like getting the phone call about this guy being a ravenous killer on the loose, and then all of a sudden he just fucking slices her neck and closes the window. So I was like, Michael, you didn't have to do that, but we know where you're at.
These two people were just these two old people just chilling in their house. He
goes in there,
grabs the light bulb, breaks it in half, and then shoves it in their throat. The blood started spraying out the other end.
Yeah. And then when the old guy goes to retrieve his thing, and he's just like, I think there's somebody in the house. He starts running, and he just grabs him through the window and slamming. I think the most
unnecessary. He's like,
the most iconic.
I needed this kitchen knife out of your house, but you guys you happen to be home. Like, there's nothing I can do.
You're done. Have you seen that fight scene in Michael? It's like the old school one where he had like the really weird mask and the really long hair and just looked like a homeless sloth. And he fought that mean Joe Green, that black guy with the sideburns in the bathroom. I was like, he had the best chance. He's like, listen, motherfucker, I'm taking a shit in here. And just Michael breathing heavy outside the door. He's like, listen, bitch, I'm Mean Joe or something like that. And they just start going at it. And he obviously died, but he gave up the best fight I think out of anybody that's ever stood up to Michael. I liked how he called him a bitch too. That was a nice little twist. But moving on to the next round.
All right, next round. We got it against Jaws.
I'm going Pennywise on this one. Still with the fears, man. Still with the fears.
I'm sure, Tyler, you're probably afraid of Jaws right now, but I'm going to go with Pennywise as well. After what just happened.
You're done, okay?
You're done. Finished. You're done. Yeah, I'm going Pennywise.
You know, and that's not even a fair game, because if I would have won, what would I have said? Oh, I bet you're scared of Utah right now. I bet you're scared of our state.
I am. I am scared of Utah.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. It's a scary place. Ooh,
all right.
Jigsaw against Jason.
I'm going Jason.
Yeah, just on icon level, I go Jason. But on fear level, I think I'm more scared of Saw. Again, even though, Jason, there ain't nothing I can do about that.
I mean, that guy can just pick me up with one hand and throw me across that lake that everybody drowns at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd have to go Jason as well.
Yeah,
there's some clear-cut winners here. This next round, though, is going to be tough. But for the other one,
going Leatherface.
Bracket, yeah, Leatherface. I think
Leatherface on this one
takes the cake.
And we're going
Michael Myers still alien dude. He ain't even beating Michael Myers.
This is where the real debate comes in, though, because these are some top 4 scariest motherfuckers in the world.
Yeah.
Pennywise.
I think if anybody disagrees with this, top 4 has something wrong with them. So even though I said Ghostface, and I probably would have had him losing against Jaws, but I had to go with the OG. I love those movies so much, so had my heart into it a little bit too much. But what are you gonna do?
I think that Jason is another one that hasn't been redone lately.
Yeah,
they need to make a new one to kind of put that fear back out there. But
I agree.
Really, okay, so this is my thing. Michael is such a great character. He inherently scary. Like, if I saw a dude look like Michael Myers walking down the street, I'd be like, okay, fuck off, buddy. Like, good one. Same thing.
Yeah, and then he rips you apart because you're the only person on the street.
I know. But the thing is, again, if I see somebody dressed as Jason walking down the street, I'm like, all right, buddy, they kick rocks. If I see Pennywise walking down the street, there's gonna be like a little bit of piss running down my leg.
Yeah,
I don't love that.
I don't know, dude. I feel like in the middle of the night, just seeing that fucking hockey mask, just stare at me in the distance, 6'8",
and the bald
300 pounds, and the bald head that's just scorched from burns and probably abuse from his mother. It's just there's just no soul there. I think with Pennywise, I'm be like, we went to a haunted house, Tyler, in Eastern Idaho recently, and we walk into this room and I'm leading, and Pennywise just jumps at me, and I'm like, "Hi, Georgie," and I start mimicking back at him, and he was not liking that. He's like, "Bah!" So I don't know. I find Pennywise kind of funny in this situation, so I think I'm still gonna stick with Jason on this one.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be wait. What did you say, Tyler?
I didn't really give a vote. But I guess I'm going to go with Pennywise here, I think.
Okay. I'll break the tie. See, I think I'm not afraid of clowns like that little pussy that we have. But just catching strays, just clowns. Clowns don't freak me out. But again, that fear thing where he's just putting a big titty girl in front of me, I might fold because he just is going to show up as a big titty goth girl. And I'm done for. So I'm gonna go with Pennywise.
Okay.
Yeah. God, that'd be so awful.
Yeah, I'd hate that.
You're halfway through, you still have that. You have memories for life. This.
I'm drooling awesome. Like him too.
This was so awesome until it wasn't.
Yeah. I started drooling like him just down my shirt.
Yeah. I hate you. What a balloon.
Okay. I take Michael here over Leatherface.
I'm kind of I might have to flip a coin on this one.
So this is where we're getting to.
Hear that chainsaw roaring from half a mile away, knowing that you're 100 steps and 100 yards in front of him, but he's still going to catch up and fucking mutilate your body and then wear your face as a mask. Kind of sits uneasy.
You know
with me. But Michael Myers, it's also no matter where you go, he's going to be there.
And icon status, I think Michael is the most well recognized horror character maybe ever, right?
Yeah.
But then again, I think Leatherface is far more scary.
I think based on a true story. Also based on a true story.
That is true. Okay, that
the house is still there. You know that?
Yeah, I've actually been to the house they filmed this movie at.
apparently the house stood up during like a huge tornado. It was like the only fucking house or something that I don't know what type of shit they were on or like what happened, but it was like supposedly like it stood up towards a tornado in the rest of the town, or maybe it was like a paranormal thing I'm talking about. Who knows? I'm just blabbering. But yeah, based on a true story, I think I'm going with Leatherface here.
The house that they filmed the Leatherface movie at, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is like a restaurant now, and you can go there.
No, okay, then I was thinking completely different. I was thinking about a paranormal house.
It's in Texas, and I went there, and some fucking idiot comes out dressed as Leatherface. I'm like, this was fucking awful. Like,
yeah, you just don't know if it's real or not.
Oh, and then like I'm like, this guy like work here or something? They're like, oh no, he's like likes to come in like this.
You just have the freaks at the diner coming in like taking it serious. One day he's gonna snap, dude. I'm telling you.
It's like steak and shit. Like you actually like. It's a sit down nice restaurant. It's not even a diner. It's like a nice restaurant.
One day he's gonna freaking snap
around with a chainsaw without a chain on it. Goes, oh, I'm like, get in my fucking face, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to eat my bread here, and you're over here being an idiot.
Yeah, anyway. I'm going with Leatherface on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'll go with Leatherface here too.
It's tough because like Michael Myers is very iconic and scary, but Leatherface is just too real.
Yeah,
but championship round.
This is where I think I'm going to give it to Pennywise, because if you're not scared of anything except for Leatherface, guess what you're going to see?
True. Yeah.
Guess what?
But who is just scared of Leatherface though? Like that there's no way there's somebody out there that's their number one fear is Leatherface.
More a point that he's scarier than Leatherface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's just
I guess it's situational, you know, like am I down in the sewers like one of those dumb kids trying to find the clown, or am I, you know, my car dead on the side of the road and I'm like, well, I got nothing. I've got nothing.
I don't know. I just think that guy running at you with potentially your friend's face on his face just literally eats me alive. Like I just like could not imagine like being like 50 yards away and seeing one of your guys' face on his face. I was like, well, I'm dead. The clown, I don't know. I feel like it would just be funny. Like, I would be drunk as piss on the street, like mimicking this thing that's probably gonna fucking eat me alive. That's how I see it. Like, I'm just like drunk walking. Oh, there's a clown. I'm gonna start mimicking it and be an idiot. Like, if I saw Leatherface, I'd be like, yeah, I just freaking Taco Bell'd in my pants. Like, I really think like I would shit bricks more if I saw Leatherface than I would a clown.
Yeah, I think you're right, Cody.
I just like I know that he's fearful and stuff, but I don't know what it is with me. I just think I would just start laughing my ass off if he was just smiling and drooling like 50 yards away from me. I'd just be like, dude, look at this idiot. And then all of a sudden there's 150,000 spiders coming at me. But like Leatherface, you know, it's just, I don't know. He puts the fear of God and also too real, you know, it's just real.
I'm going to have like 10 e-girls chasing after me. That's going
to be horrible.
But also, imagine Leatherface with a goth girl's face on him.
Yeah, dude, that'd be like, come here.
Come here.
Yeah. Or like,
my face
I just feel weird giving it to Leatherface, but you know, it is a true story. So
I think I have to vote Leatherface on this one.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's scary. The odds of this happening to me is far more than this happening to me, I think. Like in the real world, obviously.
Far less? Or far more? Oh yeah. No, I know.
This is obviously going to happen. Like if somebody was like really like, I'm going to cut off that guy's face tonight and wear it, he could probably figure out a way to do it. I don't think somebody can conjure up my worst fear overnight.
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of these are paranormal, like Jason, Michael Myers. Like they're all like spirits. I guess you could say.
Who I would put on this list? Art the Clown. I wonder how far he would have made it.
Oh yeah, that guy's the fucking. I honestly think he probably would have won, in my opinion. Yeah, that is the most gruesome. I think most gruesome killer in horror movie films I've ever seen.
I can't even watch those movies.
I haven't seen the third one. I am going to watch it, but the first and two, I mean, 1 and 2, I mean, it was disgusting. Some of the stuff he did to those people. I was just like, holy shit, this is graphic. So I think I'd be shitting bricks if I saw. I don't know how the fuck people just like look at him and be like, clown. Do you not see his fucking mouth? I mean, it looks like I don't know what the hell is going on, but yeah, that was our bracket. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I think that was our last topic thing that we're going to cover. Like always, we appreciate you guys tuning in every week and watching and supporting us. Go ahead, subscribe, like, share. Go on our website and buy our merch. Watch all of our other shows. We got plenty of other sports topics being covered at this moment and stuff coming out weekly just like us. So with that being said, we appreciate you, and Mr. Bass, Josh, and T. Lou are signing off.
I'm going to sue your ass.
Josh, no!
Oh, no.
Drink a lot of Twisted Tea.
You got to start walking around biting yourself to get in character.